Hello everyone. We are students of Xavier Institute of Management, Bhubaneswar, and this presentation has been made as a part of our course Sustainable Development and Corporate Sustainability. We are Group 7 of Section C and will be presenting on sustainability practices in pump industry. Global pump industry is expected to grow steadily at a CAGR of 5% during the next 5 years. Factors such as increased investment in water and wastewater recycling plants are fueling its growth. The water and the wastewater industry is growing due to a rise in population, urbanization, and manufacturing activities. Industries such as power, pharmaceuticals, and food and beverage are heavily water reliant and will have a significant impact on the global demand for water. The production increase in these manufacturing industries makes water conservation and adherence to stringent environmental guidelines paramount. Let's look at the competitive landscape and key vendors in this industry. The global pumps market is highly competitive and intense competition among its vendors has led to increased number of strategic mergers and acquisitions in this market. ITT, Flowserve and KSB are the top 3 companies in global pump industry. The global pump industry can be segmented by 3 ways. First by product, second by end users and third by geographies. In product segmentation, three types of pumps are there. First is centrifugal pumps, second specialty pumps, and third is positive displacement pumps. Segmentation by end user can be divided by 5 industries. First by oil and gas industry, second chemical industry, third water and wastewater industry, fourth building industries, and fifth is residential construction industry. Geographically, it can be segmented into 3 major regions. First, Americas, second, Asia and Pacific, and third is Europe, the Middle East, and the Africa. Now, let us look at the Indian pump industry. The Indian pump industry is growing at an annual CAGR of around 10%, which is higher than the international CAGR average of 5% due to the surge in infrastructure development, growth in agriculture, and other water intensive industries. The Indian pump industry offers among the highest net value additions in engineering industry of over 20%. Moreover, the domestic market for Indian pumps is growing at a healthy rate of 16 to 18% per annum. The market size of Indian pump industry was worth over 1.2 billion US dollars in 2014. India has over 800 pump manufacturers and India manufactures more than 4.5 million pumps every year. Indian pumps are exported to more than 100 countries. Agriculture, building services, water and wastewater management are the 3 major sectors which dominate this market by share and value. Market segmentation of this industry by pump types is dominated by centrifugal pumps having a 95% market share and positive displacement pumps having 5% market share. Top Indian pump companies by market capitalization are KSB Pumps, Dynamic Tech, and Kirloskar Brothers. The quality certification for Indian pumps are majorly ISO 900, ANSI, API, or UNO series.
So let's have a look at the sustainability practices in the global pump industry. For this, we have considered three corporations: one, ITT Corporation; second, KSP; and third, Schlumberger. Let's have a look at the sustainability practices followed by ITT Corporation. They mainly have a three-point agenda. First, being reduced use of resources. This the company is doing by a wide commitment to Lean Six Sigma to reduce use of natural resources and hazardous substances. The second is minimizing wastewater usage. This they do through operations that have strong resource conservation and wastewater discharge management. Third, they're trying to upgrade their systems to minimize water use and improve waste management processes at factories worldwide. Now let's have a look at the KSB. KSB also has a similar agenda as just like ITT Corporation. They are also following a wide commitment to Lean Six Sigma to reduce use of natural resources and hazardous substances. Also, KSB has its own defined EHS guidelines. EHS stands for Environmental Health and Safety. These guidelines also meet national as well as international standards. Schlumberger, on the other hand, is trying to integrate technology and environmental footprint. It's also trying to become a part of the environment. This approach to social investment respects three principles. It must be for activities that are connected to business. Second, it must be rooted in the communities in which they work. And third, it must be focused and accountable. KSP India is committed to provide its customers high quality, energy efficient, and safe products and services. For this, they have implemented the integrated management system consisting of quality, environment, and occupational health and safety. Kirloskar, on the other hand, signed CII, Code for Ecologically Sustainable Business Growth, which shows commitment to reduce environmental impact. They also strive to consistently improve environmental performance of manufacturing operations, supply chain, and products. KBL's efforts in the environment sphere are guided by its environment policies. All these three things lead to their policies towards environmental sustenance. First is these policies conveys the company's commitment towards reducing the pressure on the environment due to business activities and products, working collaboratively with customers, suppliers, and the surrounding community for environmental issues, and focuses on continual reduction in the use of natural resources.
We will now talk about the key areas that determine Kirloskar's sustainability. The first point is that Kirloskar pays attention to optimum utilization of raw materials. The second point is that a huge percentage of materials are recycled. So, for example, in the Kundapuri plant, they have done measures realizing a 30% reduction in wood consumption. The third point is to do with sewage management. All the sewage and effluents from offices and manufacturing units is recycled and reused. This is an excellent way of how something so simple can be used for sustainability. The fourth point is that they have a rigorous screening process for new suppliers. So now 100% of every new supplier is evaluated on the basis of their approach to sustainability. The fifth and sixth point are regarding Kirloskar's approach towards energy. So they have essentially concentrated on using renewable sources of energy. They have used wind power, they've used electrostatic paints, they have reduced the loss of energy due to air leakage, and they have also attempted to reduce the temperature of their shop floor. So now they are even trying to control the energy consumption within the organization. And what they are essentially doing is moving towards more and more. So the percentage of renewable energy is going up. So from the previous year to 2015-16, there's been only a 12% increase in electricity. However, there's been a huge increase in the percentage of renewable energy used.
So here we'll do a comparative analysis between the global standards and the Indian standards that are followed for the sustainability practices. Taking into different parameters into consideration, initially let's start with the strategic approach. We can see all of the top global 10 companies are following sustainability practices on a larger scale, starting from managing the supply chain to the vendor management, also in engaging in community activities. These are the practices which are not followed only for the compliances or the regulation purposes, but also they are integrated into their strategy. But in the other hand, only 2 to 3 Indian companies have taken these practices into their system seriously and integrated with their company's business strategy. Coming into the next parameter, that is stakeholders engagement, the global companies are having strong and systematic approach for engagement of each of the stakeholder in the dimension of sustainability. But the Indian companies are having no such systematic approach to engagement of stakeholders on a broader way among the most key players. Use of advanced technology, we can observe the global companies are following advanced technology for wastewater treatment, carbon dioxide emission, harnessing power from renewable sources. But most of the Indian companies are using very fundamental and ground level technology for reducing the environmental impacts. Coming to the next parameter, that is reduced use of resources. The global companies are following Lean Six Sigma practices to reduce the use of natural resources and hazardous materials, increasing use of recycled materials and cutting down the waste generation. But The Indian companies, we can observe very few companies are following some of the Lean Six Sigma practices. Mostly the dynamic technology is the company which is following these practices. Global Compact. Most of the global companies are signatory to this compact. The principles under this compact, which defined by the UN, are to promote sustainability and fairness in the business environment. But few Indian companies like KSP India and Kirloskar are the signatories to this compact. Finally, the sustainability reporting. Most of the global companies are performing regular audit on these practices and publishing the sustainability report every year based on widely accepted international frameworks. But 2 to 3 Indian companies among the top 10 companies are having holistic sustainability reports based on internationally recognized frameworks. Generally, they do a community activities and they do publish all these activities on their website. There is no there is no proper sustainability report that is published annually based on the international frameworks. Finally, coming into the conclusion, we can see the energy efficient pumps not cause any unnecessary strain on the system, and they can also be considered to be what would be called more optimally performing pumps. The reduction of excess energy use can mean hundreds of thousands of dollars in savings to a company's operational cost over the course of time. Depending on the extremity of the energy savings, this can mean a large dollar amount that can be funneled elsewhere in the business, either over the course of a shorter or a longer period of time. Saving money through the use of energy efficient pump systems promotes sustainability not only of that which you may think of as natural resources, but also sustainability as it relates to an organizational ability to stay in business from generation to generation due to the avoidance of financial waste from the use of pump systems that are not energy efficient. Thank you.